Hello everyone, welcome to another beer versus beer. Today I've got an interesting battle for you. This is going to be in the Weizenbock category. We've got the name of this brewery is a little bit weird. Privatbrauerei Plank-Bier. Plank-Bier. So Plank-Bier. This is called Planks O-Saft Weizenbock Cuvée. Now my understanding is that Cuvée in this context, it's a French term meaning vat or tank, but in the context of beverages and other products, refers to a special, select, or higher quality blend from chosen vats or barrels. So, and that's what the person at my bottle shop told me, is that a cuvée in this case is they blended different ones together, and they do have other Weizenbocks in this brand as well. So this is one of them. Go ahead and pour this out. Let's get it started here. And then I'll read more about it. So the O-Saft is a Bavarian slang for "it is tapped." It signifies the official opening of the Munich Oktoberfest and the start of beer serving across all tents. This comes in at 7.8%. This is a pint can, and it came in a 4-pack. It is a little pricey. You'll see the can here. Got the front. Here's the back. All right. I know my lighting's not the best. I apologize. And then it will be going up against a classic. This is the Schneider Weisse Aventinus. And it's a Weizen-Doppelbock. So you might say it's a little unfair. We got a Doppelbock versus a Weizen-Doppelbock versus a Weizenbock. And so, of course, these are bocks and Doppelbocks made out of wheat beer. This comes in at 8.2%. So they're not that far apart. 0.4% difference in content. So, you know, this should be fairly similar in that regard. All right, let me see. So, ooh, this head's already gone. That's interesting. On the Plank-Bier. Now, I will admit the Plank-Bier has been sitting in my fridge for a very long time, waiting for a competitor. I'm trying to remember. I had a different beer I wanted to put this up against. I'm not entirely sure what that was. Let's see. I don't think... Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. It might have been, I mean, the two big Weizenbocks that I'm aware of are the Aventinus and the Vitus, which I do plan to pit against each other. Now there is a stronger version of the Aventinus called the Aventinus Eisbock, and I've had that before, and at some point I would like to compare that with the regular Aventinus. So that would be interesting. But just to start, you can kind of see the Plank-Bier is, I don't know if you can tell on this camera very well, but it's definitely lighter in color, more of a really deep orange brown, whereas the Aventinus is much more brown in general. And yeah, so I meant to take, I think it'll be okay. All right, anyway, sorry for the rambling. This one's going to take a little bit longer to pour because it's a full 500 milliliters, 16.9 fluid ounces. Yeah. take a little longer to get into the glass. Obviously, if I had a bigger glass, I mean, this is the perfect size glass for that amount. The problem is, if I had a bigger glass, I could pour it all out and you could have like a really enormous head on it, which may or may not be ideal. I'm trying to get that yeast out of the bottom there. Still got some in there. I don't know if I got it all out of this one either. Anyway, so that's what we got. Let's go ahead and start with our scent. It's very nice and smooth scent. So the Aventinus right off the bat reminds me a little bit more of like a banana bread, which is what I would expect out of a Weizenbock. It's a little bit more muted, but also very sweet on the Plank-Bier. Definitely has wheat beer smells, like Hefeweizen smell. Standard clove. This might, yeah, definitely the clove notes coming out on that. A little bit more banana on the Aventinus. All right, let's go ahead and begin some sips here. Okay. Definitely getting like a banana bread taste on this one. It's very good. Very refreshing. Yeah, I like that. Aventinus. Okay, yeah. So in the Aventinus, you get a lot of the typical Doppelbock flavors, although I think being a Weizen-Doppelbock, it is a little bit muted, but you get some of those similar characteristics like the dark fruit, like the date sort of flavors, maybe plum or raisin, prunes maybe. Yeah. Interesting. Each sip's a little bit different. I got a little bit more of the banana bread on that sip. As before, is more of the traditional flavors of a Doppelbock. This one definitely a little bit more, maybe more of a sweet flavor. I mean, they're both fairly sweet beers. I mean, they're not at all bitter, really. But this Cuvée, the Ozapft, definitely has a very sweet, character to it. Almost sugary. Okay. I'm going to admit, this is pretty tough for me. I thought this was going to be an easy comparison. I just thought the Aventinus would come out from sip one and be like, okay, this is definitely better. But I'm not finding that to be the case. As far as like, it's not an easy knockout win. It's much more competitive than I would have thought. I say that as someone who's had both of these separately, few different times. So, just based on my memory, I expected the Aventinus to win hands down. So I'm kind of surprised. I actually got this at the suggestion of one of the workers at the local bottle shop. They said they thought I would like this. I thought it would be up my alley. And they were right. The Ozoft is giving me a little bit of Belgian sensation, like a Belgian, like Grand Cru or double, maybe a triple, sort of mouthfeel. It's a little bit more, I don't know if cloying is the right word, but it does seem to stick to your mouth more and kind of lingers. Like it coats your mouth and it sits there, which is not necessarily bad when the flavor is this good. It's not as offensive. Excuse me. Man, they're both very different. I would say like mouthfeel and finish, a little bit crisper. I mean, it's not like a lager, like it's not that kind of crisp, but crisper, more crisp than the Cuvée. So it doesn't linger as much. I'm really a big fan of Schneider Weisse. I think I told you that, guys, that the first Hefeweizen or Weizenbier at all that I remember trying was a Schneider Weisse at a bar in Maine. I don't even know the name of the bar. I don't know where I was visiting a friend up there. He took me to this place, and it was, I believe it was a bottle. I don't think it was on tap. But I don't remember which one it was. And all I can find around here is really Tap 7. And I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't the Tap 7, though. Like, maybe it was a different one. I don't know if it's called Tap 1. I'm not sure. But I can't find that to find out. Because I know that the Tap 7 does not live up to my memory of having it. But then again, if it was my first ever Weizenbier, it may have just been that much better than what I had drank before, that it didn't matter. But anyway. Anyway, because of that, I've got a strong love for Aventinus, or for Schneider Weisse in general as a brand. And I've got my on-decks classes here. Interesting. Okay. I think I'm going to make my decision. One more time. Okay. So the Aventinus feels a little thicker in a way, and yet at the same time, this Plank-Bier Ozoft is a little bit more syrupy almost. It's weird. It's light, but it coats your mouth so much and sticks around that it's a little bit more fatiguing. I could probably have 2 Aventinus and enjoy it. Although even then, I mean, a Weizen-Doppelbock one is probably enough. The Plank-Bier is very good, and I do recommend you try it if you get a chance. But it's just a little too sweet. And I think it's probably good that it's served in a pint. I mean, it's only 0.9 fluid ounces different, but it's probably best that it's in a pint. Because I think after one of these, I would be hard pressed to open another one. It's very good, don't get me wrong, but probably I would almost say that maybe a half pint, if that's even a thing, or a small pour. I mean, some places do 5 if you could find it. I mean, I don't know where on earth you would find this on tap. Maybe split it with a friend. Like that would probably be a good way to go on this one. It's very good and it's worth trying, but it's a little much. I mean, it's kind of, it's just a little cloying and very sweet. So I'm going to give the win to Schneider Weisse, the Aventinus, which is no surprise, but it was much closer than I expected. And I think that's important, because a win is a win, but you know, there is a big difference between, you know, a knockout in the first round and, you know, a split decision, you know. So this is closer to like a penultimate round, so second to last round TKO, you know, 3 knockdowns or something, like Mike Tyson's Punch-Out style, you know, where it was close. He had to fight for it. But I think in the end, I'm going to give them to Schneider Weisse. It's a better overall experience and less fatiguing. Both great flavors. I also like the Doppelbock dark fruit flavors, so that's a personal thing. This Plank-Bier Ozapft is sort of like, I hesitate to say this because it might give the wrong impression. It's got a little bit of Belgian triple notes to it, maybe. I don't know if that's fair to say. I mean, you definitely get more, I think, the clove and banana, like, sharp up front, which is great. Sort of what you would expect out of a strong Weizenbier. But it's like very sharp, like banana clove in your face, and then it's very sweet. And then the Schneider Weisse, you still get those notes, but obviously because this is a Doppelbock, you get some of the Doppelbock characteristics, and you know, that I like that. So anyway, for me it's the Schneider Weisse. Hope you enjoyed this. Take care. See you next time.